Hello and welcome to this video on RPA by Workato. In this video we are going to create an AI agent, a Workato Genie, that leverages RPA by Workato to access legacy apps. The benefit of this approach is that we can expose all these different old and legacy systems to AI agents so that users can complete their tasks by writing to an AI agent, and the AI agent can do the work for them. This is the third video in this series. If you haven't watched the first two videos, the link is in the description of this video. And in those videos, we've created a web automation using RPA by Workato, and then we connected it to a recipe. Now let's go ahead and create our first Genie. And now we are in Workato environment. And the first thing that we need to create is a skill. And skill is basically a tool that's being used by AI agent in order to complete the task. And it's very similar to a recipe. So we are going to create a skill. We're going to call it create order skill. And as you will see, it's basically the same as the recipe user interface. Now, the first thing we need to define is when the Genie should run this skill. So that's an instruction. If the Genie has multiple skills or tools, when it needs to actually run this tool. So we're going to provide run this tool when you need to create an order for an item. Okay. And then the next thing we need to provide what are the inputs for this skill and what are the outputs of this skill. And they are exactly the same ones as we've used in the RPA process. So the item number and the quantity. So we're going to provide item number. This input is mandatory. Also, we're going to add item quantity as an input parameter. And then the outputs is going to be the order number. Okay, so we've defined inputs and outputs. Now we actually need to trigger the RPA job. And in order to make it faster, we are just going to copy the start RPA job from the previous video. We're just going to paste it here. And the same process is being started. We just need to remap the inputs. So the input is going to be the item number from the Genie and the item quantity. After starting a job, we'll just create a temporary variable so that we can pass the order number back to the Genie. So we are going to create a variable. It's going to be called order num. And we are going to store the output of the job, the order number, to this variable. And then lastly, we are going to provide the Genie, the response from that variable. So this connects the RPA to a Genie using a skill. So let's save this and let's start this recipe. And then the next thing will be to create the Genie itself. So we'll go back here and then we're going to create the Genie here. And this Genie helps employees order new items. Okay. And let's start building. Okay, let's just wait a couple of seconds. Okay, so the order assistant Genie, we're going to keep the Claude Sonnet as the LLM. We are going to use Workato Go as the interface for interacting with this Genie. And then we are just going to add a skill that this Genie can use. So we are going to associate our create order skill that we've just created, and we are going to add this skill as well. So this is all that is needed to actually build this Genie. So we are ready, and we can also provide access to our users to this Genie, and we are going to provide access to everyone. Um, Sorry, just a second. And we've given the access to our users, and we can start our Genie. Let's just wait a couple of seconds. The Genie is now ready. Now I'm going to switch to Workato Go, which is the interface for the business users to interact with the Genies. We're just going to refresh this page, and we should see our order assistance Genie here in the choices. So we're going to interact with this Genie, and I have already a prompt written out here. So I'm just copying that. So we are writing to the agent, okay, I need to order 5 pieces of this item. Can you do that for me? Let's ask the Genie to help us. The Genie is going to reason, or AI agent is going to reason about it. And you can see that it's determined that it needs to run the create order skill. Now, if I switch to the jobs list in RPA by Workato, we are going to see that the RPA process is started, and it will run the web automation that we've previously done. And what we should get as a result back into the Genie is the order number that was captured from the web application. Now we'll need to wait a couple of seconds while the LLM provides the answer. Okay, we see that the skill was completed. So the AI agent ordered our item, and we have the order number which was retrieved from the web app. So in this video, we actually seen how easy it is to create Workato Genies and skills, and actually connect that to RPA by Workato. And with this, we can expose the legacy systems to AI agents. So thank you for watching these videos, and see you soon.